How's it going, folks? April 7th, 2009. Um, I was away because of Wrestlemania weekend. Um, it was wonderful weekend. Very, very wonderful weekend. Um, Hall of Fame Saturday and WrestleMania Sunday. It was nuts. Um, the things I'm going to talk about are the matches that live, that stepped up. I mean, what I'm talking about is the matches that had the build up and the satisfaction to it, and the only one was none other than Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Match of the year. I don't care what other match comes after that. It's match of the year. Basically because they went on for 30 plus minutes, had the crowd, had me in the palm of their hands. False finishes, a kick out of a tombstone, a kick out of a choke slam, a kick out of a last ride, you know, a kick out of Sweet Chin Music. It was crazy. And basically Undertaker almost breaking his neck on a suicide dive. That's just insane, you know? Even Shawn Michaels with what looked like a corkscrew moonsault and hit very hard on the floor. These two put on a show, you know? If we just walked in and just saw that match, I would walk away happy, you know? After that match, it was not the same after that match, you know? Even though the triple threat match was after that, which was pretty good. I thought it was going to have a bad, despite the bad build-up that they had, it was a very good match. I got to hand it to him. You know, Cena deadlifting 700 plus pounds, for the FU. It was just insane, you know, and it was great. That was the first time Cena done that in a while. Just deadlift something like that. It was just crazy. Despite the predictable finish, Cena walking out the champ, it it was just great. Cena walking out was, it was satisfaction, pre-fireworks and everything. My biggest disappointment was Triple H Orton, and simply because as much build-up as it got, and I was so excited for that match, and you could tell, you know, on my prediction video that I didn't know who to choose. I wanted to flip a coin, but I chose Orton. And by the way, most of my predictions failed. I had a I had bad predictions, but I don't want to talk about that right now. Um, but yeah, Orton and Triple H failed to live up. You know, it was basically even continuity. If you see the Triple H interest video, you know, in my page, he was just standing there with a black outline that looked like a frame, you know, and then you look up, and then if you have the pay-per-view, if you saw the pay-per-view, he was looking at a mirror and he broke it with the sledgehammer. He threw the sledgehammer at the mirror and broke it. If you seen it live, if it was you were part of the live crowd as I was, he was just standing there, you know, and waiting for that video to finish so we could start walking. So it was a bad continuity error by the WWE for that one, you know. But that match went what 20 minutes, and didn't didn't live up to what the build-up was, and that was disappointing. It was disappointing to walk out of a WrestleMania like that, even though it was a good WrestleMania. Even though it was my first WrestleMania, I was expecting it to be very historic, and it was. JBL losing in 30 seconds, historic. Austin's farewell to the Houston crowd, to the wrestling fans, that was a moment. You know, what was not a good moment is them cutting the tag team unification match out of WrestleMania and having it a dark match. That was disappointed, very disappointing. You know, they should have replaced that with the Divas Battle Royal. You know, it was just, no, it was good. It had its high points and it had its low points. You know, Matt and Jeff delivered somewhat. Despite they had little time to work with, but yet they still had a sick finish. That twist of fate in a chair. That was just wicked. Never seen that. It was never been seen. It was just crazy, that spot. But all in all, it was a pretty good pay-per-view. Entertaining, despite Triple H and Orton not living up to their billing, which means you're going to see a whole lot of Triple H and Orton again, just like last year. Just like after Backlash, Triple H won the title, Orton and Triple H started feuding a couple of more months until Orton broke his collarbone. So, Backlash, you're going to have Shane McMahon. No, yeah, you're going to have the Legacy, which is Orton, DiBiase, and Rhodes versus the team of Shane McMahon, Triple H, and Batista. Yes, he's back. For the WWE Championship. A six-man tag for the WWE title. Last time that's happened was King of the Ring 2000, when it was Triple H and the McMahons versus The Rock, Kane, and The Undertaker. And The Rock walked out because he pinned Vince. It's not like that. It's not in that stipulation. It's that whoever pins whoever is the WWE champion. It's if Orton's team pins the other team, Orton's the champion. And if Triple H's team pins Orton's team, Triple H is still the champion. So it's not the stipulation. I'm saying. Then you have Edge and Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship and the Last Man Standing. And you would think they did almost every gimmick match there is. I think this is the only gimmick match there is that they haven't wrestled in, except for the Hell in a Cell. You would have thought that the TLC match at Unforgiven a couple years back was the end of that feud, but it's not. And Vicky Guerrero being the GM of Raw is, I don't know. I can't. I gotta rewind that when I TiVo it. But anyway, but like I said, overall good. It was overall good pay-per-view. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, greatest match in WrestleMania history, in my opinion. And I've seen Savage versus Steamboat. I thought that was the one until I saw Taker and Michaels. Taker and Shawn Michaels, the greatest WrestleMania match I've ever seen. Ever. And that's my opinion. And I'm sure a lot of you have other opinions, but, you're likely to open your mouth with an opinion about it. But those are my 2 cents, and I'm sticking to it, so. Time to end this. I don't have no closing thoughts, so until the next time I see you, I'll be doing a couple more videos this week, so keep your eye on them. Later.